am Balak, one of your 4 co-hosts, along with
Andrew DeWitt, awooga.
Hey, everybody, it's Ryan O'Neill.
that's not,
Wait, is that not good?
whatever.
You have to do your sound.
And our 4th member.
Boy,
Our 4th member's not boing.
And you know who it is. It's your boy. Holla at your boy. The Danish.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Dude, that was my new urban.
Holla at your boy?
That's my new urban,
Okay.
the urban market.
He has been
Wants
using
to
a lot
hear
more
me.
I'm in
urban
such
lingo.
a good mood because
I am-
Thunderbusters was playing as
Okay.
our opening theme.
Took a lot of
That's Thunderbusters.
convincing
We'll close
to
the
get
show.
Dan to do
We'll
it.
close the show with Thunderbusters too. It's a mashup of
Guys, I
Ghostbusters
think Dan has a special
He hates
announcement.
it.
I have a
Everybody.
special announcement to make. We've gotten so many downloads. We're putting out so many episodes of Boner City. Normally, we're hosted on the DoorExplosion.com iTunes channel and Libsyn account. We maxed out the Libsyn account last week. We couldn't upload anymore because Door Explosion is comedians and Jerry Roach is the Ramble podcast. Don't snap. Can you stop doing that with your hand? Andy, snap.
Jesus Christ.
Snap it in the microphone?
You're
Are you a
even-
fucking beatnik? Who
you're-
does that?
Yes, that's what I was doing. I was doing the beatnik clap.
He doesn't feel like himself because he doesn't have his hat.
We'll get to that.
okay?
We'll get to
Pepsi
that.
took his
We'll get to that
hat.
in a second.
Dan's even angry during a good positive announcement.
I even put a positive. I'm like Ryan. I'm injured. And long story short, we outgrew the Libsyn account. So starting this episode, Boner City now has its own Libsyn and RSS feed and iTunes channel.
Yeah.
So go to iTunes right now, type in Boner City USA, and then subscribe to our channel, and then leave a 5-star rating and a review. If you left a review on the old channel, on the Door Explosion channel of us, and a 5-star rating, it doesn't carry over. So please go there
fuck.
now. And if you're a YouTube or if you're Android, you can just type in bonercityusa.com. It'll take you to our page on our website. There'll be a link there for the new Android thing. Or you can go to bonercityusa.libsyn.com/RSS and subscribe and get the MP3 as soon as it comes out before anybody else gets it, even before iTunes. So please subscribe to us on iTunes. Give us a 5-star rating. That being said, one last thing, because we're hosting our own thing, it's going to cost us like $40 or $50 a month to do this. So please go to shop.explosion.com and buy a T-shirt. We have to sell like 8 or 10 T-shirts a month to
And
pay
holla
for
at your boy.
No, and don't holler at your boy.
Why can't they holler at
Because
the
they're not going to
boy?
keep the goddamn thing going.
But they'll buy a T-shirt
saying-
and holler at the boy.
Holla
buy
monetarily,
the
I meant.
T-shirt afterwards, and then if you feel an additional move to like. You can holler at your boy in the comment section of the checkout of this.
But Dan, holla at your boy. It also
Shopdoorexplosion.com.
means money. Like
I understand.
Holla at your boy. Throw some cash.
I don't think it also means money.
Can I make a special announcement, Dan?
There's not going to be.
Are we
more
recording, Dan?
announcements. We are recording.
Can I
know
make?
what that-
Can I
Okay, so that's the business at the top of the show. Now get on to
Can
your
the mayor?
idiocy.
Can the mayor take the floor for
take
a second?
the floor? It's all you.
Last episode was
No, we're not doing. No,
Dan,
let's just bury that fucking thing and move
the
on.
The mayor needs to make a quick comment. It was a tough time for us all.
All rise to address the mayor.
I have a written statement from the mayor. I would
Wait,
like to
what?
read
Hey,
it.
wait a second.
No,
Are we
man.
drumming up
Can
old?
we just
I
let
would
this
like
go?
to let me read this statement.
Do it quick, and we're moving the fuck on
You
to
want
shout-outs
new
to
evidence
fans.
brought in?
As the mayor of Boner City, I feel I need to address the last podcast.
What are you, Lincoln? It's like on a fucking envelope.
Which was controversial and tumultuous, to say the least. If
Are
you're
we
new to
even,
the
are we even
podcast,
airing it?
I'm going to cut this part out. No, it's
this
up,
is
yeah.
this is an important address.
Okay.
Let the man
Respect
talk.
the
Finish
mayor.
it.
If you're new to the podcast, welcome, and please go back and listen to all of our episodes.
Except the last one that
But
wasn't
specifically, last episode, so you understand what I'm about to say. In that episode, Ryan O'Neill set out with a very confusing and unclear lawsuit against me.
Oh, is this for real? Is this really? Are you really doing this? Are you really fucking doing this?
hear me
That's
out.
it, dude. You want to drum this shit up
Now we're
again?
gonna have another
You want to
podcast.
fucking start this shit over again?
know how the-
Let's start it
I know
over.
how the-
Dad, you're my attorney.
I haven't even finished.
My guess is this is gonna
I'm
start
staying out of
with
this. Dad, take over.
Ryan's going to have a renegade podcast at this point on
I
his
haven't
own.
even
Yeah, play
finished.
inspiring music right
just-
now.
just-
something
you guys
sweeping,
need to-
something sweeping
just
and
do-
political.
yeah,
like,
do the
you know.
thing.
You guys
No.
need to let me finish.
Do it.
Play that inspiring music.
Shut
dude.
up.
In the episode, Ryan O'Neill set out with a very confusing and unclear lawsuit against me, which he wanted tried in Boner City Court. Hilarity ensued, or confusion, hurt feelings, apologies, and grown men acting like idiots. As a result of the trial, I realized that I owe Ryan O'Neill an official apology.
at that.
In episode 13,
You fucking piece of shit.
yeah, jumped down my throat for my comment.
Hey, I didn't know. I was
Let
on
him,
this-
dude, don't cut off as a sincere
I
apology.
apologize.
In episode 13, I got carried away in the moment and exaggerated Ryan's actions that fateful day on the beach. While he did walk to the water in an attempt to sneak a peek at some unsuspecting boobies, he did so at a respectful, titty-glancing distance and did not, I repeat, did not ruin that lady's day. I would like to formally apologize to Ryan, his family, his lovely girlfriend, the town of Valparaiso, the Popcorn Festival, the woman on the beach that day, John Little, Ryan's fans, a.k.a. the Fanimals, fans of Boner City, and whoever else was hurt by my sensationalism. I'm almost done, guys. Ryan is a good man and was raised to treat women with respect.
Unless they're elderly. Unless they're elderly women at a popcorn festival.
He has great relationships with his mother and his sisters and would never purposefully make a woman uncomfortable or do something overtly creepy.
I used to have a good relationship with one of my sisters.
Is there a lawsuit against Ryan? This really sounds like you're trying to build character because some shit's about to go down.
He's my new lawyer.
Also,
Fired.
Oh, because he's a Jew. Jew lawyer.
also, I would like to say, as his close friend and colleague, I would like to remind you to please send all naked pictures of women to O'Neill the Ass Kicker at yahoo.com.
You spell that?
O'Neill the Ass Kicker at yahoo.com. He will review said pictures with dignity, style, and class. I think the only way to move forward and bring back a fun-loving vibe to the show is to have our dear friend, Andrew Dewitt, indulge us all with a story of ass eating. Thank you, and I hope you don't lose faith in me as a broadcaster and podcaster. I love you all, and I'm sorry.
It's just like a suicide letter.
Are you going to pull your brains out
I
on air?
I will work tirelessly to improve as a person and mayor.
Jesus Christ.
Thank you, and God bless Boner City.
Hooray!
That was lovely. Thank you.
I think we all. I think we needed that to move forward.
Yeah, well,
it lifted the dark tones.
hey, speaking of lifted dark tones, your buddy Cole, a fan who sent
Cole.
in the Buck Cherry picture.
I love this guy.
You guys
I have
sent email.
I have a new bumper
real
for
quick,
this
want to give a
segment.
shout out to everybody at the. What did he wanted to shout out to a specific place?
Wait, can I get a timeout?
Yes.
I have a new bumper for this segment.
Okay.
He's cruising around in his molester van. It's a visit from your friend, old Postman Dan.
Okay, I'm not. I don't drive a van.
You're the postman
I
of
just-
Boner City.
No, you guys get fucking fan mail, then you forward it to me. You come to the show and I go, oh, did
I
you
think
print?
I'm the only one that
did you-
puts his
I go,
email
did- I go,
address
did-
out
I go,
there.
Did you print it out so I can fucking read it?
I
forgot
emailed it to you.
It's on the computer.
Why-
Print it out.
Why
Well,
is being the
Hold on,
postman
I'm
a
really
bad
confused.
thing?
Long story short, we're giving out a shout out to the Naval Air Station at Jacksonville.
Yes.
On behalf
Okay, but
of
I'm
Brian
And
confused.
specifically to Cole, because you know what, Cole? Every email he gives me, there's some maybe it's a dude with a vagina, but maybe it's a hot chick.
he's
Plenty of
Two or
fish.
three.
The Plenty of Fish chick had
and
some
then
bombs
yeah,
on it.
there- she reminded me of my ex-girlfriend.
Although it was a small pic.
I got to address Cole on
Bigger
this.
pics, Cole.
Yeah, bigger pics.
Cole, as the
higher resolution, please.
As an internet dating veteran, unfortunately, I got to say, I think that lady was a fraud.
Yeah,
The
that
picture was grainy. It seemed fake. It wasn't up close. It didn't seem like a real picture.
Let's not decide whether it's real or fake.
Brian's
Let's
just happy to get him.
the
Okay,
titties.
let's not.
Then I'd also like to address, he said that he was going back and forth with this lady, got the naked pictures, which I've done, I'll admit it. I enjoyed it. And he said he got turned off because she was too overtly sexual, which I've been in the same boat.
Are you serious?
I had this Asian girl going one time off of J-Date of all places. This lady was,
An Asian Jew?
she was not Jewish. She
Oh,
was,
she's
she was
trolling for-
Jew hunting.
She's looking for Jew meat.
You're one of those goddamn Jew hunters
She was-
on there.
she was looking for
She was looking for the bear Jew.
despicable.
She was looking for
No, I'm saying that these women go on hunting
that they-
down,
oh, you're-
looking for Jewish guys to suck their cocks and fuck them.
I
It's
think-
disgusting.
I think she was looking for Jew money, but she was barking up the wrong Jew tree in this guy. So anyway,
For now,
the
for now,
conversation
bro.
got going in a fairly dirty tone very quickly. Mm-hmm. There was some.
Just say
Wow, what the fuck are you? What are you skirting?
Tell the
this?
story and then stop.
Let's just say she turned her webcam on and proceeded to
So you knew it was real.
proceed. Yeah, it was definitely real time. It was live. She proceeded to use a vibrator on her vagina
No way.
while I watched from
Was
the
she-
courtesy.
Did
of my
you
living
jerk?
room.
Were you jerking it?
Indeed, it was.
Could she see your face?
No, I
Did
went.
you have your webcam
You just
on?
had like your dick.
No,
the camera
no,
shot
I
right
had
at your dick.
No, I had no camera.
Oh, you
on.
lied. You're like, I don't have. A
Oh,
webcam.
you jerked it while you watched it.
Yeah, I was just watching like I was just having a good time. But then
She probably tapped into your video and probably has video.
Yeah.
Of you
But then,
jerking
as
it.
the conversations
I don't think
proceed,
so.
it's easy to do.
she told me about how she rode her bike cross country once with this other chick, and she's like, "Yeah, I ended up staying in this church, and I just fucked this like random guy who was staying in there like that night." And then was like, "Yeah, and I also my last boyfriend, I was over his house one day." And his friend was there, and they were like, "Oh, we've always wanted to have a threesome." So, I was just feeling the moment, and we just let them DP me. And I was like, "All right, that's when I'm out."
Checked out of the
I was like,
equation.
double penetration.
Was she good looking?
She was hot, yeah. I think
Weird.
she may have been
Bipolar
or
what?
abused or something.
Oh.
She said she would masturbate, no offense to it, at like 5 years old. That's maybe a perfect lady for you.
A lot of girls in like turbulent like families with a lot of
Dr. Drew.
Dr. Drew over here, no medical background and license whatsoever.
where there's a lot of drama in the family. They do it to soothe themselves.
Oh, you just figured that out, Mister? Yeah, every stripper's backstory. Thank you.
It's not a sexual thing.
This
It's a
disappoints
comfort thing. It's a comfort
It's
thing.
like okay, it's a comfort thing.
This disappoints me
DPs
because
are a comfort thing.
it's one of those situations where you just hope that there's some super horny slut who is perfectly healthy upstairs. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. I'd
that
like to tell Cole. I
Is
feel
that
you.
not the case?
I feel you, brother. Sometimes it can go a little too fast, a little too soon.
too
You gotta
fast,
take your
too
time.
furious.
Too fast.
So did you stop talking to her, or did you ever hit her up every once in a while for her to beat off for you?
Well, it went from that to like when it gets off to that start, it's kind of hard to like. Hey, she's like, "Hey, let's hang out." And I was like, "Eh," and then she's like. She gave me I drive a van. We can fuck in the back of it. I was like, this is getting too crazy.
You're gonna get kidnapped and lose
Yeah,
a kidney
it's
at that point.
Now here's where I disagree with Jeff. I would have had her pick me up in that van right away. I don't think that would be a turnoff for me.
Would you?
Yeah.
You
I mean,
would-
I wouldn't marry her.
See, the way I think is like I start thinking immediate diseases.
Yeah,
and just,
yeah.
But just think how
repercussions.
good that unprotected sex is going to be while it's going on.
Say you knock
In
that
a
lady
van.
That's a
up.
rush.
Yeah, you have to have a fucking crazy slut baby forever.
Yeah,
What about?
it's-
Why didn't you hand it off to your boy O'Neill in the first place? Because I would have forwarded
I think
that.
he was with lady at the
Oh,
time. He's
that's too
often
bad.
with
Depending
lady.
what lady it is, it doesn't really matter that much. I would have taken it.
Okay.
Depending. Not the new lady.
Do you remember the day we had an important meeting and I told you? It was like,
Oh, yeah. Where did we go?
Donner.
Oh,
We
yeah.
had so
Yeah.
many-
Oh,
okay,
yeah. I
let's-
remember.
Let's cover the. So O'Neill last episode, like last week, was on a cane, some shitty cane. because he
yeah,
was
I have a
using
new cane.
He had a
And
kid's
now
medium.
I told you to go to a thrift store.
Dan,
Where,
I
where
don't-
did you get your new
Grandma
cane? Where did
medium.
you get your new cane?
Dan, I don't remember you
At
saying
Goodwill.
anything about me buying a cane at Goodwill.
Yes,
I think
I
I
did.
went there under my own.
You're an idiot.
My own
So-
intuition.
So now Ryan's leg is more fucked up than we thought.
Yeah, I thought it'd be better if it's broken, but now it turns out that there's a divot in the bone where the ankle like meets the shin bone.
And what is a divot for people who don't know what those
People who don't
words are?
golf.
It's like an indentation in the bone where
So
it connects.
Do they think you chipped it?
They don't know. I got to get an MRI tomorrow morning. And,
What was your doctor's name today?
It was Lee. There's 3 of them. They're brothers. It's the Lee Orthopedic Institute.
3 Asian guys?
Yep.
Or were they black? Spike Lee family.
Nope. But
you
yeah,
think-
so now it turns out the impact may have put a divot in my ankle, and it may have some internal bleeding, and that's why I might have pooled blood at where my arch is. I'll show it to you. Maybe you'll take
Do
a
you
picture.
think?
and
Did you
post
tell
it.
them that it might
Oh.
have been exacerbated by an entire full day of skiing immediately
I left
following the
that part
injury?
out.
Yeah, well,
out.
Ryan, I've already taken a picture of you with the new cane, which looks great, by the way. And I shot
Thank
a
you.
15-second video of you walking down the hall with your cane, and then Andrew behind you laughing at you. So I will post both
I was
on the show
thumbs
notes.
upping. I wasn't laughing.
So on the show notes of the show, if you go to bonercity.com, it'll redirect you to the show, and then this is episode. What is
Check it
episode
out.
18?
What you
Leave a
have to
comment.
what you have to appreciate about O'Neill is there's the right way, there's the wrong way, and there's the O'Neill way. And
which
he's-
is neither right or wrong.
and he saw that jump and he's like, yeah, I haven't been out here in a year and a half, but I'm hitting the fucking jump.
The good thing is when I get something in my mind, I follow through. I go for it, Dan.
Do you regret the jump or you feel good about
Yeah,
it?
I'm really pissed that I took that fucking jump. Look at this. I can't fucking do anything. Who knows? And then who knows? I might have to have surgery, and I might be off my fucking legs for 6 weeks,
Do you have
2
health
months. I don't-
insurance?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, good.
Are you considering suing either Mountain High where you were at or John
No.
C. Riley,
Or John
who
C.
was
Riley,
there?
who
But
was
listen to
there on the
this.
Do you
mountain.
think he hit the jump successfully? And he
Oh,
Listen
I'm
to
sure he
this.
did.
The guy that did my X-ray, the X-ray tech, he goes, "What happened?" I go, "I was skiing. I took a jump and I hit, and it was all ice." He goes, "Where'd you go?" "Mountain High." I go, "Yeah."
Oh.
He fucking knew it. He knew it, dude. Mountain High is responsible for most ankle injuries.
I don't think that's
Yes.
even measurable.
Is that? Can I say that, or is there going to be legal
I
repercussions?
think most ankle injuries on your body in the last 3 months.
Yes, have happened at Mountain High.
What's great is
To me, this is just me personally.
last night O'Neill and I were watching TV and a commercial came on and it was like, "Do you want to ski? Go to Mountain High." He's like, "Fuck Mountain High." It was like luscious snow in the commercial. It was like, there was none of that powder.
There was dude. It shows guys going through fucking powder down there. And yeah, You know what you should show is guys sliding sideways all the way down on the fucking ice. And the fucking rental shit, they don't sharpen the edges, and then you can't do shit. Man, fuck that place. If terrorists are looking for a place to attack Mountain High. Get rid of it. It's a dump. Fuck you, Mountain High.
The commercial should be
Fucking, you're a relic of the 80s. Everything there is 80s, and it fucking sucks.
You like herpes and flocking seagulls haircuts.
We should. The commercial we should shoot is O'Neill eyeing that jump, loving it, hitting it, and then him with the cane, and then just the fuck you Mountain High.
It'd be black and
Larry,
white.
Larry H.
Fucking
Parker comes
piece of
out.
shit.
I want it to be a black and white documentary style where then it cuts to an interview with O'Neill and he's like, I thought I was going to take the jump. I've only been a year and a half out of the game. I thought I was going to be able to do it.
I should have known that place is a shithole. When you get on the chair lifts, it's all the seats are all
And you have
fucking
to
ripped
crank it.
off.
You have to crank
They're
it
all
yourself.
shitty, man. They haven't revamped that place in forever. So some assholes probably just raking in the cash while people are getting injured, not revamping anything, saying, fuck these guys. I'll fucking just milk this place for 5 or 6 years and then shut it down and retire in fucking Bermuda.
Now, were you concerned at all when you got on the ski lift and you had to use a hand crank to get all the way to the top of the mountain?
I was concerned when there was like a stop for like 10 minutes in the middle of the chairlift.
He got
up.
to the top of one of the smaller hills, and that tow rope was just some large guy.
There's just a kid up there with a water spigot hose, like just running water.
Trickling down making the world's biggest ice cube.
I heard O'Neill looked over next to him, and Brian Bottano was ice skating, figure skating down the mountain.
Downhill figure skating.
You know how Mountain High started, though, was someone inherited about 500 slip and slides, and they had nothing to do with them, so they put them all over the side of this hill and just hosed it down with ice water.
Ice Mountain.
I mean, they must have like I bet they have a YouTube account just dedicated to people fucking up their ankle on their mountain. It's like Mountain High fails. And that's probably where they generate most of their money.
For the record, Door Explosion Media Group LLC has nothing to do with Ryan's opinions or what's being said in this podcast.
I think
Hey, I can express opinions, right? Legally?
Yes, the views expressed are solely Ryan
Yeah,
O'Neill.
and I'm not saying that anyone's ever been injured there. I'm just saying I have been injured there. Ryan O'Neill. I have no other claims from anybody of being injured there, but my feeling, and I think I could probably drum up others.
and in short, fuck that place, I guess.
Do they do zip lines in the spring? Maybe we should go out there and see what that's
No,
like.
it's a waterfall in the spring. It's just flowing, and then they freeze it.
we should get O'Neill. We should get O'Neill a shirt that says, "I went to Mountain High, and all I got was this lousy cane."
All I got was this fucking medical bill for a surgery I'm probably going to have.
Dr.
I've
Lee.
skied all over the fucking world, and I've never seen conditions as shitty as this. I've done some hardcore fucking shit and wrecked, and I never got injured, except for the separated shoulder and some knee problems. But other than that...
What about the shrapnel from the four-wheeler?
No, I'm talking about skiing. Yeah, well, I have other problems. Yeah. I have fucking... probably flesh-eating bacteria from when I got decapitated snowmobiling.
The John McClane of recreational sports.
I'm pissed, man. It's
always
bad.
goes poorly.
It's been a bad week.
So we shouldn't go there then. Like it's not cool.
Right. Jeff, what were some of the topics that we're going to cover? Anything that
Oh,
ties into this?
we gotta talk about.
Do you want to do steam room update, or do you want to do that?
No, I want to know. I think we'll save that. But I
Okay.
think, well, Neil and I were watching. I sent him this footage. I was watching, I think it was ESPN.com. There was two different things I saw in the same week, and both of them featured young children who have been entered into, like, fucking competitive MMA fighting. One is a girl.
What?
And
She's fucking nasty, dude. She's a
she
jujitsu
fights,
expert.
fights
Holy
boys.
shit.
She's
So
a
this-
ground game.
So-
Oh, it's unbelievable.
She gets
She
boys
loves arm bars.
in arm bars and submits them. And her old man was like, he's like, I think they're Mexican. He's like, I work.
He's a janitor.
He's like, I work just like a manual labor job. I don't make much money, so hopefully she can get enough money to like go to college. And the girl, you can
No,
tell.
he said, he goes, she'll never be able to go to college because I'll never be able to afford to put her through college. So hopefully she can make a shit ton of money being like an MMA star.
And the girl, you could tell, had like that paralyzing pressure of like a kid who's like
Didn't want to
and she's
disappoint
like,
the father.
She's just like, I have fun doing it. I just hope I win. And like the father was like at the thing yelling at her, like, come But there's no punching to the face.
But dude, their body shots
Vicious.
are fucking crazy.
Some boy was like way bigger than her, just drilling this girl right in the fucking kidneys and the body, like hard.
Jesus.
And the
And
father's like,
kicking.
"Get out of there, move around." I was like, Jesus.
Is it even legal?
Dude,
It looked like
shouldn't
cockfighting.
be.
It really did.
And I'm not offended by much.
Toddler
Normally, I'm
cockfighting.
into any sort of fighting, but this was pretty crazy. And the fathers there look like a bunch of ex-cons. It's nuts.
Like shaved
and they're
head,
all like, kill him!
meth dealers from Riverside
Yeah.
or
This
something.
girl has
She's 7.
She's got a belt, and then the other one was
She's a world jiu-jitsu champion
why
at
would
7.
why would ESPN put this on the fucking air?
I think
They don't put cockfighting.
It's
on,
called
right?
it's called Who's Next, and
I
it's
think
like
it's to
it's a
stir
name
up,
to
like,
watch
the
out.
debate.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
The other one is this kid.
so it's
he's-
not called the ESPN Child Fight Underground Hour?
No, that's in.
Underground child fight hours. You don't get it wrong.
That hasn't been finalized.
Brought to you by Mountain High Ski Club.
Break your ankle. Come to Mountain High.
Then relax in the hospital and watch ESPN. Well, we'll be featuring all you can watch child fighting.
I think Mountain High, actually, the guy who owns it, he also sells the machines that give you MRIs. And I think that's where he drums up most of his
Doesn't
fucking
he run
business.
Uncle Bob's Rusty Nail Store? Too?
He owns Uncle Bob's Tripwire Company. Walk through the woods, trip, and fall on rusty nails.
Yeah, and the slogan is "Oops, I didn't see it."
The other story I saw and I sent to O'Neill was this 13-year-old kid who is an Albanian immigrant. His old man escaped like the fucking ethnic cleansing, like wars there.
So everything is downhill from here. You know. What I'm
So
saying?
this kid's number 1 in the world at his age in boxing. I
He's
think number
nasty,
1 in his
too.
age in Muay Thai.
Yeah.
And then he trains wrestling, and this kid trains
MMA.
5 hours. He's 13, so he goes to school, obviously, full-time. Trains 5 days a week in every one of those disciplines, I think, for 3 hours a night. And
Well,
that's
he
on
does
top of
2 hours,
homework.
but then they have to drive like
Driving
40
time.
minutes to one place and 40 minutes to another, so they're not home till like 10 o'clock at night.
So this kid was in because he does Muay Thai and other stuff, I don't think there's a strict regulation. So he took a solid shot to the face.
when he was sparring with this other 13-year-old
Oh,
dude
it's crazy.
who's ranked in the world, they were fucking throwing like
bombs.
100% hard, man.
And the kid goes, he had like a little bit of an accent, but not much. He's like, I know about head injuries and concussions and stuff, but like, if you're not guarding your head and your face, like, you kind of got to come. And I was like,
But dude, they were both guys weren't covering their faces at all.
Basically, your fault for not blocking well
No,
enough.
the best part is his Muay Thai coach, his father took it to him because he was known for being so fucking brutal to these kids. Then finally someone says, it's illegal what you're doing to these kids.
because the guy was
You can't
foreign,
do
they
it.
said, hey, look, man, in America, you can't do it.
He was like some Eastern
Oh, is it the
European.
world's strongest kid? Remember, like 6
Yeah.
or 7 years ago,
And
like
the-
that kid
but-
giving those weird shakes, and
This guy was like-
probably giving him steroids. It looked like
He was like an
Yeah, because he had
Eastern.
stuff that dissolved on his tongue. Like he's
Yeah.
like, this helps
Yeah.
him work out. It's not steroids.
But this kid's Muay Thai
Yeah.
instructor was like an Eastern European Muay Thai champion.
And
so
war
he came
criminal.
to the U.S. and he was just beating the fuck out of these kids. And someone goes, hey, man, they're going to come in here and get you for child abuse. You have to stop
and
it.
the Albanian father was like, the reason I took him there was because of the rigorous training. Now,
he was really disappointed that his kid wasn't getting beaten anymore.
And so that kid, you also had like, I just wanted to like make my father happy. Like it was like, so, I was just like, Jesus Christ!
I
dude.
guarantee you that Eastern European dude who had that Muay Thai camp was like filling Coke bottles with sand and just beating their shins down. That's what they do in Thailand a
Wait,
lot.
they do what?
So you can deaden the nerves in your shins, so you can fucking just kick.
Remember
as
how
hard as
Van
you
Damme
want.
kicked the tree and is it kickboxer or blood sport?
Dude, because if a guy checks
It's a
your
dead-
kick,
dead in
it,
your-
it
Yeah,
fucking
it hurt-
kills
yeah, it's like
unless,
in a shinner, like in
unless they're
skateboarding.
conditioned. And the best
Yeah.
way to condition is to hit them with like a fucking glass
that
Coke
doesn't
bottle.
sound.
So you
that
just
doesn't
you want
sound
your
right
whole
to
you want
me.
your whole
Just do it
fucking
like
chin
all
to be
day.
like-
You roll
be
it up and
calloused.
down it, and then you just fucking beat it.
and then
But-
it's numb for the rest of your life.
I think if you quit, it'll probably come back. But I mean,
How do you
while you're
stop from
training.
breaking your shin though? Because your nerves tell you when you're doing
Dude,
something wrong.
YouTube dudes breaking their shins doing Muay Thai fights. It's
Don't.
unbelievable.
It's disgusting.
I don't.
I saw
wanna
a
see
guy's
that.
leg like wrap around another guy's leg. It was disgusting.
By the way, can we
It
address,
happens a lot.
Can we address the fan mail where the guy was not happy with DeWitt's body, but also not happy with O'Neill's body?
Yeah,
I
that's what, okay. So, like I said, go to our new iTunes account. Go to search Boner City and subscribe to that on iTunes. This is a great response / 5-star rating we got on the Dork
It's
Explosion
from
account.
Goldilocks, I believe.
No, it's from JMFC. C26 is his name.
He's-
This here's his review.
DeWitt's
These
too
guys are
big,
great.
O'Neill's
They're my
too
favorite new
thin.
podcast. I laughed so hard I almost wrecked my car driving home. Unlike other podcasts, they do more than just talk about how awesome/hard it is to be a stand-up comic. It would be nice if they split it up to 3 podcasts. Like this guy wanted to start on channel,
which we did. We gave him what he wanted.
I think that's good. I like that comment. Like we don't really talk about we're comics and stand-up is so fucking hard, which is retarded.
Comedy is pretty awesome, but it is also kind of hard.
Yeah, it sucks, but it's not like.
But also, who wants to talk about comedy? It's boring.
It's just so funny though,
and
like,
it's so inside. It doesn't.
Well, but also like a lot of the guys that are listening to like the Boner City podcast are like fans of like AFT and stuff that come from like the military.
Yeah,
like being an open mic comic in LA.
Oh, dude,
is probably about a billionth of as hard as like going to Afghanistan or Iraq and getting shot at by terrorists.
I feel bad complaining about my fucking ankle because there's dudes out there that don't have fucking ankles.
Yeah, there's a guy going on.
So I want to apologize to any of those guys because I am a pussy because I fucking got in a ski accident. You know what I mean?
At Mountain High, though.
It's
which
retarded.
is kind of like
Suffering is subjective, dude. You can
dude, there's a lot more suffering.
No, compared to our fans, dude, we are the biggest pussies in the world.
Yeah, we are pussies.
Let's jump. No, we are pussies. Period.
He's still harping on wanting to beat the fuck out of somebody.
Well, let's jump to the second paragraph now that you mentioned that.
And where he gets the nice praise comes.
After watching the karate video, DeWitt is much fatter than I expected.
That cuts him deep. Look at his face. Repeat the line one more time.
He doesn't
look
like
at his
it.
face.
I'm not going to do that.
I don't think that's true.
I don't
but I bet he can rock a robe and wizard hat.
I like how he threw that in. Like
one hand punches, one hand gives the bowl of rice.
I think that's the military in him. He's like, I'm breaking you down, but I'm picking you back up.
Okay, then this goes the other way. Since O'Neill talks about MMA, working out, and fighting all the time, I figured he must be a shredded guy.
Well, Dan,
his prowess in the video disappointed me. His prowess in the video disappointed me.
I'm fighting a guy that
when
has
people watch him do prison workouts in the park, it's probably because they think they recognize him as a sex criminal from the Catch a Predator series. Love the podcast. Rangers lead the way.
Okay, in my defense, Dan. In my defense,
you didn't read the part about how I could beat his ass with a sword.
No, it doesn't say that.
With my
Dan. I missed that. I missed that part. Sorry.
Yeah, we don't need
Read
that.
it right now.
It's not on this. It didn't print out. That might have been another.
It was
review
actually another. It was in that email I sent you.
It was probably another review or an email. Anyway,
so Dan, in my defense,
whoever left this comment, please go leave another rating and comment on the new channel for Door Explosion.
If I had a haircut with my hair the way it is, it looks like a molester if it's grown out. So if I had it trimmed up, also if I had my shirt off. I'm a thin build.
Let's do it right now.
I
take
could
your
be,
shirt off.
No, I haven't worked out
take your
3 weeks.
Shirt off.
No, let me get back.
I got my iPhone in my hand
Dan,
right now. Take your shirt off. I'm going to take a picture of you
after
right now.
the injury and I've been training
I'm on
again.
A shirtless picture
we're going to come
now.
back.
My problem with this guy is that
I don't think we have a problem with him.
I think I like him that he's a fan, and I like his Ike Turner aggressive. Like I hate you, but here's some flowers. But
let's still work together.
But DeWitt's apparently too fat for him, and O'Neill's not jacked enough, so he's too thin. I think he wants, I guess, a just
How about
right.
give a picture of the Danish and Dan? Maybe you guys are just right.
Maybe we're his style. Not insinuating that you're gay.
I want the 3 weeks to work out too.
Can I say I was a little bit confused because I go out of my way on the podcast to talk about being a big fat ass, but.
You're bigger than what he thought.
But he said much fatter than he expected. Do I sound like a weaselly?
How long did you dwell on this comment?
Well, this guy had the he did the Rangers Lead the Way thing, so he's obviously an action figure therapy fan. The military guys, like on the action figure therapy
they are
not only that, they're crazy about weight, especially Marines. If we post a picture of a fan in an AFT shirt and he's like 10 pounds overweight, there are literally 100 comments. Whatever, you fat ass fobbit pogue piece of shit, you fat fuck pogue fucking scumbag, fuck you, we gave out free T-shirts for the holidays. We sent them like 10 different groups of Marines overseas. Like, hey, if you have a Marine overseas, we'll send them Marines because of the Marine T-shirt.
Yeah.
We sent 10 T-shirts to 10 different places. Cost like a bunch of money to do this. The guy sends the picture back like the week after Christmas. We put it up. Hey, here's our fans. We can't say they were stationed, but whatever.
Yeah.
All the comments. These fat fucks. These guys are desk jobs.
And they're not fat. They look like what I would look like in the best shape of my life.
I can't say where the shirts went to, but I shipped them, so I know where the fucking shirts went to. They were stationed in a not nice part of the world. They're by whatever their job, they were no means pussies, and we hundreds of comments of people just ripping on them. So yeah.
I know a Marine dude, or he just got out of the Marines, and he was in Okinawa for like a year. He said all they do all day long is just pump fucking iron.
Marines don't fuck
they're
around, dude.
Huge, dude.
Yeah, Marines
jacked.
have
He's a pretty jacked guy, and he's like, I was a small guy. in my unit. Some dudes were fucking just.
Well, this
roided
commenter will
huge.
be very happy to know
Oh, yeah.
that I have been losing weight
Yep.
for over a year.
Did you gain any weight over the holidays?
No, I didn't. I gained no weight over the holidays. And when I went to my fitting, I'm finally at a 38 waist. It's the first time I've been below 40 waist.
Since first grade.
No, since since high school, dude.
Okay.
Since high school. So that's good. But this year, I'm going to get jacked as fuck, dude. So, like, I'll give him a report. I'm going to give him a report later. Like, check back in, dude, because, like, you won't be disappointed. Pretty soon, I'm going to make all kinds of gains in the gym, dude.
If you want to give us any feedback, or if you want to send Andrew workout tips, go to the contact
Absolutely.
Oh,
page.
no, but
Go to-
specifically
go to-
for his biceps.
Go to doorexplosion.com and click on the comment tab, and there's a comment form. Send us an email comment of how, like, some workout tips for Andrew, particularly how he can get the quote-unquote biggest arms / biceps ever.
2K13, biggest barbarian arms ever, dude. It's going to get sick, man. And I understand that
I
I've got to
don't know
work
that.
my
I don't
triceps
know if
as
it
much
will.
as I've got to work out my biceps and isolate the brachialis, too, to get the
So if you have any links to YouTube videos or blogs
I think
or any
you should-
advice,
You
send it
should
to Andrew.
keep your physique that you have now, but
have
only
huge arms on
curl.
it.
Only curl. Like just the biggest. Just
get like
those
world's
fucking
strongest
pizza.
man.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it'd be like Buddha with guns?
Yeah.
I kind of like that idea, actually, and I ran that by my wife, and she said,
Of course
that
you
that's-
like it because it's easier. you can just start where you are now and just start curling.
She said that was a hotter idea for me to still have a gut and still be fat, but have giant arms.
But just like very well-defined, jacked arms, but nothing else.
Yeah, I think that's a fucking great idea.
That's a terrible idea.
I'm gonna post pictures of me with a big fat gut and the fucking nicest fucking.
You
big
should
gut.
gain weight. You should gain weight, but have the biggest biceps ever, just beautifully sculpted.
I'm just gonna. That's what I'm gonna do, Dan. I'm gonna get huge arms. You guys are gonna be impressed by my all kinds of gains in the gym.
will not-
Dan.
I will
It's gonna
never
get
be
sick,
impressed.
dude.
You can't impress me.
Can we go back to MMA land? And I think
Let's do it.
O'Neill
Yeah.
should get into what it was like.
This is borderline illegal. I don't know if this is.
Oh,
7 years.
come
It's been
on.
passed.
All right. When I was a younger man, maybe 14 or 15, my little sister,
To preface it, you have a sister who's way younger.
she's
than
9 years younger than me. So
Oh,
I was
wow.
probably, it must have been about 15 because she had to have been 5 to 6 years old. But she was the neighborhood fighting champion. There were some other boys that lived
Wait,
on.
what do you mean, though?
And
by that?
how did that happen? You can't just say how. I mean, how did she
let me
work
guess
her way
that
up the
O'Neill
ranks?
started
It was
a
a-
child underground fighting ring.
But
I don't-
But now I'm reaching out to be against it because I know the repercussions of it.
So what?
Breaker, we got the quarter stick bandit. It looks like he's appeared to start a child fighting ring in Valparaiso.
So what happened?
That's
You
the
would be
police
you
chief
would
of
be left
Valparaiso
to
as Andrew.
babysitter.
I would be left to babysit because my mom would go to work at the motel.
good idea.
And so I watched her a lot. I would take care of her all the time. So I would teach her some moves, like because at the time I was in Taekwondo, and I would teach her punches and kicks and stuff. And she would hang out with this kid that lived a few houses down from us. So I would arrange for her to fight him. I would tell her, like just go up and punch him in the face. And then, and so being, the older brother, she wanted to like make me happy. So she walked up and just punched him in the face. The kid didn't know what to do.
Wait, how old is this kid?
He was probably about the same age, probably like about 5.
So 2 5-year-olds, yeah.
And then, this has happened over numerous times. So
and he just fell for it every
he
time.
was a
like, hey,
bigger
guys.
kid. He was a bigger kid. And so one time I remember because he was kind of fat, and she punched him in the face and then turned to look at me to get like the adulation that I would shower upon her. And he grabbed her and threw her in the fucking bushes hard and started just pummeling her. And so I had to break it up. And I was like, look, you got to hit him and keep hitting him and not look at me. So then she later pummeled him. But the worst fight that she got in, we were right across the street at a playground from his house, and he was there with like a couple of other friends that she knew too. And for some reason, they got in like an argument, and I said, all right, let's settle this how we usually do with a good old-fashioned brawl.
Okay, that's what you said to a group of 6-year-olds. That's what you.
Hey, everybody gather around. I'm going to put my beer down here.
So I told her, I go, you just go up and kick him in the stomach, and when he bends over, start punching him.
In the face?
Yeah, so she kicked him,
Oh, just
and
like
then she
Mr.
started
Rogers.
punching
It's
him.
just like Mr. Rogers. he
And
would
next
do
thing
that.
I know, across the street, the boy's mother runs out of the house and starts screaming.
With money in her hand? I didn't get that.
I wish. No. She starts screaming, and I go, oh, fuck. So I grab my little sister, throw her over my shoulder, and start sprinting down the alley.
It's like the cops coming and breaking up the fight.
You take your prize fighting chicken and run away.
You took the belt. Get the belt.
She was whipping him good. That's why the mom came out and stopped. I'm sure if the boy was winning, everything would have been all right. But no.
I don't know.
He was getting his ass whipped by a girl. So I threw over my shoulder, and I start sprinting down the alley as the kid's mom enters the fucking park. And then I think she came to knocking on our door, but we didn't answer. We just hid.
Very clever.
I've met Ryan's sister. She's a surprisingly very well-adjusted, normal.
Yeah.
She's turned out well.
We did make her smoke cigarettes when she was 7.
What? What do you mean?
Yeah.
Why?
And a cigar once.
Why?
I don't know. My brother and I.
Who's we?
My
and your
brother and
brother?
swirlies, like people who really does a swirly. My brother and I used to I'd hold one leg and he'd hold the other. We'd literally dip her head in the toilet and then pull her out, and her hair would just be soaked and dripping.
Was it clean water or pea water?
I don't know. Probably
you fucking
pee water.
I mean, you often complain that she wasn't raised like a typical O'Neill. She didn't lead the motel lifestyle.
Yeah, she came along after
But it
we had
sounds
moved
like-
to another house. We lived in town, and she had a more regular upbringing.
But it
Oh,
sounds
yeah, that
like
sounds great.
It sounds like she has a decent taste of the O'Neill lifestyle.
She got just a hint of it. It wasn't. I'm telling you, my old man, he had his buddy, I don't know, maybe I told this, who was the coke dealer.
No, you never told
Oh,
the story.
when I was a young child and he had a Harley.
fuck?
Not only was he drunk as fuck, he was coked out of his mind. And he goes, let me give the kids a ride. This is like fucking 10 p.m. at night. So he goes, let me give the kids a ride on my new Harley. And my dad goes, well, just don't go too fast. This asshole's doing 100 down the highway. I didn't think I could hold on anymore. There was no backrest or anything. And only later did I realize, after this guy got busted for selling coke, that he was coked out of his fucking mind and he was a drunk. So he's flying on a fucking motorcycle. None of us had helmets. I was probably 4 or 5 years old, holding on for dear life, flying down the fucking highway.
Like, what does
man.
that guy get out of that? Like, what?
Showing off his hog, dude.
Yeah, like what?
Probably,
wow, you're so
probably,
impressed.
because we're probably like, oh wow.
No, I know,
that's
but you're not a
awesome.
chick.
Yeah, but he
like,
could have
there's
said
nothing
that.
to gain.
He could have said, "I got a spaceship," and you guys would have been like, "Wow, cool!" Like he doesn't have to actually take you on 100-mile-an-hour.
Did he give you a
Hey,
bump?
dude,
Hey, was
we're
he
not
cool?
morons. We knew that no one had a fucking spaceship.
O'Neill, did he even give you a bump of coke before you guys took
No,
off?
I wish.
Did you cry? Like, what was your reaction?
My reaction was, I think I'm going to fall off this fucking motorcycle. I would hold on for dear life.
say
I was
after.
barely could get my hands. Oh, I just got off, and I think
What'd your
that's where
dad
I got
say?
my taste of adrenaline. Nothing. My dad was drunk. He probably
that
drove
led,
us home.
that led to the ski jump. That fateful ride.
There was a lot of shit like that led to the ski.
How can there be
to the
more?
adrenaline?
How are you
to
still
the
alive?
adrenaline stuff.
How did the O'Neill siblings make it to adulthood? Sounds like there's a lot of like.
Oh,
near-
there were. I mean, there's numerous near death. I remember my mom used to drive us on the highway in a go-kart, like the one that had the fucking engine.
What?
Yeah, we'd pull out of the motel onto the Highway 30. She'd wait for the light down the street to go red, and we'd just be flying down on a fucking go-kart. We were little kids.
What the fuck, man?
That was pretty
I don't know what
sweet.
to say about any of this stuff because
My brother and I were driving a motorcycle on the road, and he was like maybe 9 or 10, and we got pulled over by the cops.
of course, good.
How old were
Good,
you?
the cops are doing
I
their
was
job.
3 years, it's probably 6.
So a 9
6-year-old
and 6-year-old on the fucking highway?
Riding on the fucking road.
Hey, I think
on
I'm
a
right about that.
regular, not like a mini dirt bike, a regular. We had to like prop it against a tree
Like
to
a
get on
150
it.
or 250 or,
No,
or
dude,
125
it
or
was like
250?
it was probably
125?
It might have been,
That's
yeah,
still
but it
pretty
was like a
fucking zippy
real
for a
street.
9-year-old.
It was like a street bike.
Were you sitting on top of your brother's shoulders in a trench coat so they thought a tall man was driving the motorcycle?
O'Neill, he did have a full length like Steven
I
Seagal
did.
jacket.
What?
Like fucking leather, like cowboy.
How did your school
Yeah,
not
it
get
does,
shot up? I know your dad had tons of weapons.
I still have that back at home. I'm going to bring it in. I'll wear it.
And he had a gleaming the cube skater shaved the whole head with the long part over.
I had the
like a
whole
bolt?
sides
You had a
shaved
bolt?
and the long
long
fucking
on
all
top,
the way.
shaving.
Yeah.
Why were you?
I
dog?
skated, dude. I was a skater.
Skater's eye, bro.
Vision streetwear, motherfucker.
I had vision stuff
Yeah,
too,
the
bro.
shoes. I had
Yeah.
the red and black.
I use puffy paint on my skateboard that my mom had for
Lame.
crack.
And then, dude,
to write skate or die on my mom used a skateboard.
What a dong.
In fucking purple puffy paint.
Lame.
I had a hat where you flip the visor up.
Oh.
And when the shoe would wear out because I was fucking ollieing so much, I would duct tape it, dude. I'd put duct tape around
Gleaming
it.
the cube. Skateboarding's not a crime, bro.
I loved gleaming.
Did
the
you
cube.
watch that skateboarding show on Nickelodeon that would come on?
No, dude. I would rent the fucking skate or
Bones-
die
Bones
videos.
Brigade or
Yeah.
something.
I think Dewitt, I think you guys were different classes of skateboarders. It sounds like he was like criminal and you probably were like
No, dude,
elbow pads
we
and
would,
a
yeah,
helmet.
we would raise hell.
Can we
Tail
talk about
pad,
this?
nose guard.
We would go
wanna
to
talk
the
about
parking
this.
garage and go down and people like where the cops parked their
That's
cars.
not what I
and they would
did.
yell at us and chase us. We'd be like, "Fuck you, pigs!"
So I guess you can understand what I did. The first day I begged my mom to get me a skateboard.
Probably like a Volterra King Cobra.
oh no, it
or
was like
something.
I think it was a Veriflex from Toys R Us.
No, it was from KB.
It had a
KB
it had
Toys.
a
was from
nose
KB
guard.
Toys.
It had a
From
nose
KB,
guard.
yes, yes.
Oh, what a
Piece of
piece of
shit.
It was from KB.
Probably weighed
Toys.
like 20 pounds.
After I got my first board, my second board, I didn't even put fucking rails
Hold
on
on a
it.
second.
I shredded the graphics.
I just want to tell you. Let me tell you about this horrible story though, because I got this. It was a CUDA skateboard with like a.
What is that?
I don't know. It's like an off-brand.
What the fuck is
It's
that
like
shit?
from KB Toys.
Sounds like shitty cheese.
my
It had a purple Venus flytrap on it that was eating.
Oh, I
somebody.
remember that. I knew somebody who had that board. Was it
Really?
like neon green?
Yeah, it's the green. So I got the board. I was
It
so
was real wide.
yeah.
Did it have plastic wheels where you
Yeah,
hit a rock
yeah,
and fall?
yeah, absolutely.
Oh.
So I got the board. And I was so proud of myself, and I made my mom go all the way through Dillard's by herself because Dillard's was connected to the mall, so that I could walk out to the parking lot by myself holding
Oh
my
my
skateboard, so that everyone
Dude,
could see me with my skateboard. I walked all the way through the food court like three times around the food court.
Did you hold it over your head
It's
like
kind of
John
a big
Cusack?
moment when you get your first board.
No, but I was just trying to act like cool as fuck about it, and I was like,
Was it
shit.
still in the packaging? So you're carrying it in your arm, but it's still
Yeah,
fucking
well,
It
cardboard?
had like the cardboard things on it, and then right at the exit, I had enough balls to put it on the ground, and I was like, gonna just skate.
Oh.
and how hard was it to get that first scratch on it? The tail when you.
I couldn't go anywhere because they had cardboard stoppers all over it. So I put it down on the ground to skate out real
I think
quick.
our
up
buying
the mall.
experience is a little different. I went to the skate shop. I bought a Steve Caballero board. Then I had to put independent trucks on with German bearings and
Yep.
Spitfire
German
wheels.
bearings were the best
Yep.
bearings.
Were they as good as
Nazis.
KB Toys CUDA?
No.
things?
I broke
Not
some
at all.
trucks, my independent trucks. Everyone wanted Gull Wings because they were like hollow and lighter, but I went with independent.
Did you
Independents were better.
use blue puffy paint to also put a peace sign on?
You used your board as like
on your
arts and
grip
crafts
tape.
poster.
on your grip tape.
You could make. I started grip taping my own board and just putting random patterns on.
I wasn't allowed to go to the skateboard shop. It was called 17th Street Skate Shop.
Was
It's
it? Let me
awesome
guess.
as fuck.
Let me guess. It was tacky.
Yeah, my mom thought it was tacky. I wanted a fingerboard so bad.
I had
wanted,
fingerboards.
I wanted it so bad.
You couldn't get a
so
fingerboard?
bad. No, she said I would be distracted in class if a fingerboard.
Dude, I was doing finger banging, not fingerboarding.
Were you?
No.
Okay. But keep in mind, my childhood is very similar to O'Neill's, but also very different
A
because
lot less cool.
well, he didn't.
And dangerous.
He wouldn't believe that guy had a UFO who took him on a 100-mile-per-hour trip down
Or a
the
Harley
fucking hill.
ride?
Harley ride. I believed in Santa Claus until 6th grade.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, you were like a molestation risk because people could be like, "Hey, Andrew, come in here. I have a portal to this great world," and you're like, "Really?
Oh, there's a ton of,
Is Santa there?"
ton of candy and
You know who told me the
You
first
won't get any presents unless Santa puts a finger in your ass.
the first adult who told me that Santa Claus wasn't real was a guy who was wearing the Michael Keaton rubber Batman suit.
What? Where was it?
It was at our school.
sex party.
We had a rave.
Yeah. It was,
a child sex party his parents were throwing.
It was a couple days before Halloween, and some guy's rich father, some girl's rich father, had rented like a copy of the Michael Keaton Batman thing.
Jeez.
The movie?
Like the movie
Yeah.
costume, you know?
Oh.
And
Oh my God.
and he wore it to school.
What kind of asshole does that,
The
by the
kid-
way?
Wait, the kid wore it to
No,
school?
a rich,
No,
like
the-
a rich
the dad.
40-year-old dad rented this fucking creepy
That's
costume.
the lamest shit
to
I've
wear-
ever
Wait,
heard in my
why
life.
did he come to school? Like, hey, everybody, look how
Hey,
rich I am.
did he he rented a
Look how-
Batmobile,
look how
or he come to
cool
school
I
in a
am.
Sunfire? He just drove up in a Pontiac.
No, but
Sunfire.
he probably glued fins on the back and put like the bat emblem on it.
He blew all his money on the costume, so he had to ride the bus with the kid.
So he came into school. He came
What a
into school,
tool.
and he walks into.
Did he have the like a full utility
Yeah,
belt?
he had
Everything.
the full thing.
Did he have a
It was like-
Veriflex skateboard?
It was the type of costume.
And it was probably very ill-fitting because he was probably
It's
like
a
some
rental.
40-year-old out of shape
It looked
fucking
pretty cool
douchebag.
on him. It looked pretty cool on him.
lunch.
But
He looked cool on him to a
fourth grade.
Yeah, a fourth grade Andrew. Now you'd be like, what a loser.
So he walked into the thing, and everyone knew it was her father. But they go, "Hey, Andrew still believes in Santa Claus. He probably thinks this is really Batman."
Oh, brutal.
And then-
Tough. Was it that same guy who wrote the comic?
It's coming for you.
and then the guy goes, "Andrew, is that true? Do you really still believe in Santa Claus?"
Did he talk in a normal voice, or was he like, "Is that true, Andrew?"
No,
No, he didn't do the Christian Bale. It was a little before his time.
That guy inspired him.
No, he did the Michael Keaton. He's like, "You want to get crazy? You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts!" Like no, but like
There's no way he would do the Christian Bale now because Christian Bale and Jack. Michael Keaton was like the everyman
Yeah.
Batman. So a 40-year-old fatso thought he could still play it.
So he was like, "Well, let me talk to you out in the hall for a second."
This
Yeah.
guy blew it for you?
What? Batman's teaching life.
So-
lessons?
Batman was
Where
trying
is
to
that
fucking guy.
Batman was trying to kidnap you, dude.
Yeah,
She's
he
never
wanted to
gone
fuck
with
you
him.
or
I
something.
remember it. I remember it so
Who
clearly.
kidnapped you? It was a man in a Batman costume
And
driving a
everyone-
Batmobile.
Everyone was laughing at me, and he's like, "No, I'm going to talk to Andrew. Now let me talk to Andrew. I'm just going to talk to
my
Andrew real
God.
quick."
Did he take the mask
He
off
took-
to look you eye to eye?
No, he kept the whole mask on. Then he got.
And you know he was
But
probably
he's living a lie,
sweating.
telling you believe in a lie. What the fuck
He was
is that?
was he sweating his ass off underneath there too?
Andrew, if you grow up to be rich and a douchebag like me, you two can go to your kid's school in full costume.
So he got down on one knee and put his hands on my shoulders, and
His
he's
mouth
like,
on your cup.
"No, he's like, he's like,
Cup your balls.
One hand on your shoulder, the other in your asshole.
no." He was like, "Listen, Andrew, it doesn't even matter if Santa Claus is real or not."
Because I'm Batman.
Because as long as the spirit of giving is inside of you,
Oh, the moment, dude.
It'd be
Like,
great
why
if
is he on a
it'd be
lifetime
great if
Hallmark
that
Hall of
40-year-old
Fame?
got his old man to play Alfred. Like his dad. It was like Batman and Alfred are coming to the fucking school.
What do you think his wife was? Robin or the Catwoman?
I
or-
don't know.
Probably
Joker?
just some fat
I
horn.
know, he's like, as long as the spirit of giving is alive inside you, then it's as if
Oh.
Santa Claus really does exist.
Now give me a blowjob.
And then,
So this guy more or less
No, get in the
inspired
Bat
you.
Fiero and suck my
and he's
dick.
like,
Go get in my my Fieri Aero. Remember those guys who would put the Testarossa kid on the Fiero? He probably drove one of those.
Was his kid impressed or like more?
Yeah,
like,
she was
humiliated?
like, no, she thought it was so cool that
Did she like that's
Did
my
she get
dad?
so finger bang later in like middle school or something? I pray to God. 'Cause she sounds like
she
a
sounds like she
idiot.
got.
I think in high school everyone's like, remember when your dad came in dressed as Batman? Was a fucking loser.
But then he's like, "Do you understand what I'm saying?" And I was like, "Yeah, I understand." But in my head, I was like, no, Santa Claus is still real. I don't give a fuck what this guy dressed as Batman has to say about it. Like, who cares?
So what was your tipping point?
It was just one day I found a bunch of presents in the closet, and I was like, oh.
Was that the worst day of your life?
Why
No.
did you think you didn't go like, hey, Santa lives in the DeWitt household?
No, my brother and I both did it, and we looked at each other, and my brother goes, "Well, maybe Santa Claus just gives us that one special present that we were
He
all
was
wanting."
still
Wait,
believing.
what's
Finger in
the
the ass.
special present? Yeah, the one where he...
And I was like, yeah, I think that's what
A
happened.
burst of cum in
the one
face.
mom and dad told us not to tell anyone else about that special.
Maybe
present.
Santa Claus is the one that brings us a new vacuum cleaner for me to put my dick in every year.
So it was like a slow trickle where eventually I was like,
So
I
but
guess-
finally, by 22, you come to terms with the fact that maybe he's not even bringing you that one special present anymore.
I tell you what, immediately my first thought though was, well, if Santa Claus isn't real, God's definitely not real.
Whoa.
You know? I was like,
So Batman kind
super
of made
bummed
you
about
not
that.
believe in God.
But no, but then I made a conscious choice to later just believe in whatever horse shit I imagined up, and that's why I do magical spells. And all that other
Let's
good
talk
stuff.
about that time in 8th grade where you got a scoliosis test from Dr. Superman at the nurse's office.
I did get a scoliosis test in 8th grade, and
We all
everyone
did.
saw my titties.
What?
Everyone does from the gym teacher.
It's
Well, no,
Why does
not the
teacher
girls.
qualify?
What training does a gym teacher have to give us?
They fondle your spine.
When girls always hated it because 99.9% of every
It's
female
lesbian.
gym teacher is a lesbian. The both of mine in middle school and in high school had screech afros, like short, and they would make the girls get down into their wear your bikinis, and they'd just be like feeling, and like a lot of girls would file complaints.
my sister filed a complaint in middle school
Who
with
later-
some other
later,
girls.
Later want to become a lawyer. So this
Yeah.
this molestation
because
kind of
this
inspired
lady
her
would
career.
like watch them change, and it was a big problem. And that same lesbian gym teacher used to walk past our house every day to go to school, and my dad would just be, "Look at that fucking lesbian that was ogling
Jesus
my
Christ.
daughter." He like wanted to go out and fight
cleaning his
her.
gun, picking his teeth.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's not cool to be like into chicks and like really
it's not-
ogling.
I think it goes
high-
beyond that. It's not
middle
cool to
school
fucking
chicks.
touch anyone's kids, whether you're like straight
or
gay,
with your
male or
eyes
female.
or with your
Yeah.
Did
don't be
Steve O'Neill
creepy.
ever dress up as superheroes and come
No,
down to
but
the
he
local school?
no, but he hired his buddy Mooney. His name was
Paul
Mooney.
Mooney?
Oh, Jesus.
He was a drunk that used to drink at my old man's bar.
Was Mooney from Moonshine?
No, but he hired him to come in as Santa Claus, and I knew there was no Santa Claus once I realized
smelled
Santa
like
Claus
gin?
probably doesn't guzzle Jack Daniels before he goes to visit kids at their house.
And drop N-bombs.
You grab your mom's kids.
I cry softly when he looks at a wallet-sized photo of his wife.
And I don't think that I don't think he's driven to my place in my dad's fucking Chevy Impala station wagon.
Kids, old Mooney Claus here is going to tell you what's going to go on.
Holy shit!
Ryan's sister, you're going to get some new MMA gloves to beat that kid's ass down the street.
So what, your sister, she pressed, what happened with the charges? Anything, or they just yelled at her?
No, I think there was some sort of repercussions, but then I think it was 8th grade, and then she went to high school. But the lady still she probably still works there.
Yeah.
I knew she worked there like at least 10 years ago. She was still working.
We had a
there.
dude gym teacher in like middle school who was caught, like he was watching the kids change to make
Everyone
sure
does.
they didn't
Shower?
steal. No, but his problem was, well, they had quit showers like 3 years before. They're like,
Oh, you guys didn't have to shower?
Dude, it's California. It's so litigious for middle
Yeah,
school. They're like, we
yeah.
don't want to get fucking
We had
sued.
mandatory.
But this dude was the problem was this asshole was watching everyone change. He'd wear like those really creepy like off-brand like sweatsuits, like
Yeah.
matching, not Adidas though, but like fucking like
Kappa?
pony or lower, like some shit, like
D-Dud.
yeah, like swap meet knockoff things. But the problem was he's watching us all change. He keep getting boners.
Oh!
So
What?
people would see us like he's got a fucking boner.
Oh.
And like one time he's wearing one of those hard baseball, like shitty like fan day baseball helmets you get, like not even like a shitty one.
Was this
He
guy
had-
mentally
he
ill?
Took it,
Like-
put it over his boner and like had a,
What? Did he hang it from
no,
it?
he had a
Did he
hide.
hang
No,
it?
he like kind of played like he was like putting her. And
he
then
had to limp out?
No, he had to hide in the showers until all the kids left and came out like
Oh
4
my
minutes.
God.
Let his boner go down.
What is he now, a principal?
Did you go to
got
Penn,
better.
Penn State?
People,
fucking
no,
cousin
people
school?
fucking. It was in Orange County. People fucking complained. The year, like I guess I was 6th grade or 7th grade, and then when I was in 8th grade, he got transferred to become like a fucking history, like social studies teacher.
Ah.
and he had.
Old Mr. Boner
Because
Witch.
it's like the Catholic Church, they didn't even get rid of him, right? Well, the fucking best part is he shows like it must have been history or something. He showed Quest for Fire, like the caveman movie,
Yeah, man.
or Clan of the Cave Bear. Forget which
Planet
one.
of the Cave Bear's the dirty one.
Okay, he showed
Clan of the Care
he
Bears.
showed Clan of the Cave.
Is there like a ton of nudity and shit
There's
in it?
blowjobs in
There's
it.
like a rape
Big
scene.
time
Or
blowjobs.
well, anyway, long story short, he shows Clan
It's
of
a
the Cave
porno?
Bear, and he shows one of the sex scenes
It's X-rated,
when they're talking about
though.
cavemen, and he's like, "Yeah, that's the caveman hunting the woman." Like he did like voiceover like
Yeah.
narration
He
of a fucking.
he turned the
caveman
volume off
scene.
on it. And he's
Hold
like,
on.
Here's where.
Yeah, he did his own Mystery Science Theater.
One of the big plot points in Clan of the Cave Bears, this woman is born as
This is right up your alley as far as porno goes.
as homo.
Was it hand drawn?
This woman is born as a Homo sapien to a tribe of Neanderthals. This is before they knew exactly what the genetic difference was between Neanderthals and Homo sapiens.
The movie's old, yeah.
So she knows that she shouldn't mate with anyone in her
Is
tribe.
this a stag film?
No, it's a racy like
It's a
racy
weird like
anthropology
historic.
like
historical
Fiction thing.
like fiction.
It's for like college professors in tweed jackets that beat their wings.
but
he started wearing a tweed jacket. He went from sweatsuits to tweed jacket.
What did he
Funny
cover his
mention
boner with? The fucking. Did he have a lectern you stand behind?
Yeah, he did. I think he also grew a mustache. Like he went from one creepy extreme to the other. Anyway,
So she knows she shouldn't fuck these Neanderthals because she'll have like gross retarded babies.
So this is a very racist film. Like stick to your own ethnicity sort of bullshit.
No,
eugenics,
it's
hidden message.
eugenics, all this shit.
So every guy who tries to fuck her, she just sucks them off instead.
That would never happen.
And in the scene in the movie, the Neanderthals are like,
insane.
Is this a National Geographic film?
No, the Neanderthals are like surprised, and then they're like, oh, this is good.
So it's the history of the blowjob and like. What,
well, then in the other books later, Plains of Passage, which is another one of the Clan of the
do
Cave
anal
Bear
so
books.
she can
they
get
do.
pregnant.
No, that's true. They do anal in Plains of Passage.
Jesus Christ!
In 8th grade, I had this teacher. You know, how, like in middle school, you have a teacher for like 5 different subjects.
Yeah.
So I had this guy for all of them, and he was like Mr. Cool teacher. Like, and a couple of my buddies were like, "God, this guy's so cool." It's like, and I was like, kind of the guy, like, this guy's a fucking d-bag.
You're kinda
Like,
leery,
this guy's
yeah.
the pits. And he had a Playboy bunny tattoo on his forearm. And
Wait, what?
yeah, and he would wear short sleeves,
Who
which
the
was
fuck
weird.
gets that tattoo?
Well, so someone was like, some wise ass was like, "Hey, what's with that?" Like, who obviously knew what it was. Like, what's with that tattoo?
Yeah,
and he's like,
what is with
he's
that
like,
fucking tattoo?
Well, I fought in Vietnam, guys, and like in there it meant something different. It's like this lame cover up where everyone's like,
They
"Dude,
didn't, my dad fought in fucking Vietnam.
No,
He didn't get
we all
fucking
know-
rabbit tattoos.
So he didn't know what to say.
Did he used to be a chick, or did he fuck? What is that?
And I think he was just like a pervy guy. I don't know.
did you guys ask him?
I love to
what
whack
the,
off so much. I
What
got
the
this
tattoo on the small of his back meant?
the tramp
No,
stamp.
so he drove a classic car, which O'Neill get pissed at me about. I don't know. I have no clue what it was. Like a red convertible.
I always ask him
He
what
would-
it was.
He would whip out in the spring or summer. So this guy is driving. I lived in like a suburb town, and next to me was like a city, like with it was like a high crime rate. It led the nation in car,
And a red light district, I'm assuming.
in car theft one year. The city next to me, it's called Lawrence.
Okay.
And so he got caught there soliciting a prostitute
Yes.
with crack cocaine in his possession.
In the classic car?
I don't know, but his first words to the cops were, "Hey man, I'm a teacher. Don't bust me." And this was like word for word of the newspaper. And the fucking teachers union is so strong, or it was then, that they couldn't fucking fire this guy for that. So they gave him like a suspension. And then he came back. This guy came back to teach
Jeff
kids.
Dude,
Dude, there's
Spider
molesters
sense.
that just
I
get
would-
transferred over.
Yeah.
This was
It's like
after
the Catholic Church.
That's
dude.
like compared to a lot of shit. This guy, yeah, there's no way they could fire.
This was
him.
after I left. I wasn't there at this time, but I knew that he was a ball bag. So then he goes back. He gets caught again. Same exact thing. And they're like, "All right, you're done." I don't know, whatever became
In
of
his
him.
defense, Craigslist wasn't around back then.
I mean,
or
this guy was
Flesh Date or whatever
smoking
the fuck.
crack with a shitty Playboy bunny
Hey, as
tattoo.
long as he wasn't doing it with the kids, I don't see a problem with that.
This is one of those things.
Recreation.
Because if you're doing that, it's probably so easy to jump the fence and bang a 17-year-old.
No,
that
it's
you're gonna
not.
fuck-
No, it's not.
Oh, you know what?
Bullshit.
You know what?
If you're a creepy scumbag and you're around kids, fuck you.
He openly hit on this chick who was like had big
fuck
tits.
you, Andrew.
How old though? How old was she?
We were 8th grade, but she had like developed fast. But I'll always
Was it-
remember this about him is that he had an ear surgery when I had him, and he had to miss some time, and he had to wear like a bandage, and he would be like, "Look, guys, if you learn anything from me, do not." And I repeat, do not stick anything smaller than don't stick anything smaller than your elbow in your ear. And if you don't get what that means, don't put anything in there, not a Q-tip. And then I was like,
He probably had crack in his
well, I was
ear.
like, this guy's giving us that advice. He's getting hookers and he's smoking crack. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck can you listen to from this idiot?
That's a weird. There's some weird teacher. When in 5th grade, my buddy had a pool party for his birthday and invited our 5th grade teacher, and he showed up.
No, dude.
And he went swimming.
No,
with
you
us.
politely say you can't because you're in fucking.
Looking back
With
now,
a
I
girlfriend or
go,
alone?
no, by himself. I never saw him with a
Why would he
girlfriend.
swim?
yes?
Did he swim in his back with a boner until you look out? Shark
Dude,
attack?
he was just enjoying it, like having a good time.
What
at
a
the pool.
fucking
But now that I
loser.
look back,
What
the
did your-
kid's parents kept coming out
Like,
and like
dude, the
looking
dad-
and
your-
keeping an eye
Your
on
buddy's
this
dad
fucking
was
guy.
like swimming right next to the guy.
gun. Wearing a holster.
Get a gun out up at the front, second story window with
His
binoculars.
shotgun in the bedroom window, just looking out like. Yeah,
I was like,
fucker.
dude,
No,
you never
I
do
can
that.
understand. That sucks though, because like if you're not a child molester and you like pool parties,
Yeah, you're just like, I want to go.
How was the round of pin the tail on Mr. Johnson's boner later that day? Close your eyes, everybody.
Everybody won.
Close your eyes and
Right.
stick your hands into my
It was
pants.
bad. It was now looking back, I was like, "Well, that's
Oh, another time I was at the mall.
Maybe it was more innocent time.
You know when you go to the mall
they
before
were-
you have your license and you have somebody's parents drop you off?
Yeah,
and
and they drop you off at like noon and pick
and
you
you
up at 5 or
pretend,
something.
you pretend to pick up chicks and you ask them what time it is before the days of cell phones. We used to do that. Like, what time is it? And they'd be like, it's like 2. You'd be like, oh, that was awesome. And we were so close to fucking that girl.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
But
about.
we saw.
I remember when I had a license, I used to pull up to girls waiting to get picked up from their parents. I was like 16. I'd be like, your parents are in an accident. They told me to come pick you up.
Christ.
I was like, so get in the car, and then we'd all die laughing and drive away.
I saw
You're a piece of shit.
one of my mall
But
trips.
he respects women,
Of
according to
course.
that letter from the maid.
I wouldn't let him
course.
get
He does have
in.
a letter from Danish to say that he respects women and only treats them.
At one of these mall trips, we saw our elementary school gym teacher with what had to be a hooker. She was wearing leather pants and she was like real this trashy,
Why would you-
used up white chick. And we were like, "Hey, how you doing?" Remember us from gym class? And the guy wanted nothing to do with us.
Maybe she was just a slutty girl that he met.
She looked like it. Like it was like.
if you teach school, especially like below high school, even high school, you have to go like 3 towns over to do anything.
Yeah, I
Or
would
just do it at your
recommend
house or a
If-
motel. Like, why
If
go to
any
the mall?
school teachers are listening right now and they can't stop fucking hookers and doing crack cocaine, please go to a different school
Well,
district.
dude, it's just like if you're a stripper, like most of the girls I knew as stripper, they would drive like 40 miles to go strip at a club that they knew like nobody would come frequent.
Yeah, they weren't like, you don't shit where you
Always.
sleep, dude.
Do any of you guys have an ex who's a teacher? I dated a teacher for a while.
Teacher?
Yeah, I had
used
an
to,
ex
dude,
who
I
was
used
an
to be a
English
fucking
teacher.
teacher. It's creepy.
Oh,
as
yeah.
fuck.
Oh yeah, I remember that, Mr. Bilek. You
Fucking
taught him like
hated it.
Compton, didn't you?
Yeah, I taught
ex in
high school, middle
Chicago
school, mostly high
got
school.
fired
Fucking
for something
sucked.
funny.
You what?
What?
My ex, I dated a girl that was an English teacher, and that's what she wanted to do, and she got fired for dressing too slutty.
What?
Does she have nice tits?
For
Nice.
high
for
school.
her.
Was there a
She's teaching
warning
high
and she
school.
just blew through the stop sign? Or
Yeah, they kept saying that she needed to dress more appropriately, not show
What
so much
happened? Did
cleavage.
she have like pubic hair sticking out?
No, but like
What's
They're like, she's like,
Yeah,
I'm
that-
wearing no panties under this skirt and sitting on the desk.
It was
with my
like a
legs
it was a
open."
com-
just spread eagle up on top?
It was a combination.
on the
It was a
desk.
combination of a couple of things. She lied on her application, said she'd never been arrested before, but she'd been arrested a bunch of times.
That
for
might be more than
shoplifting.
they probably used the slutty dressing
And
as an
then,
excuse.
The dress thing was a big problem for her, and she taught AP English or whatever.
How'd you get the AP job?
I don't know,
Slut.
man. Well, it was in Ohio, so I figure like.
Were you in Ohio?
No,
Where were you?
I was in Chicago. She moved to Chicago.
Oh.
You know.
How was she in the sack?
She's okay.
He doesn't want
Wow.
to talk about it. His wife's listening. He
You'll get
doesn't want to
trouble.
talk about
Hey,
it.
Mrs. DeWitt, close your ears for a
So they can
second.
get-
Let's just say she can't compare to what I'm banging now. Bro.
Nothing compares. Nothing compares to.
My wife knows what to do. My wife knows how to push those buttons, dude.
Whoa, you have a button instead
Can
of a
you
cock.
not?
Hey.
I have to see your wife.
We,
Can you not tell
uh,
us stories about your wife?
DeWitt,
What is wrong
Yeah,
with
Dan.
saying that we have good sex?
Dan, you got to get in touch with your sexuality. You're really uptight
You
about
and
when people
O'Neill are
tell you about
creeps.
that.
why don't you? I would love to meet your wife after hearing all these fuck stories and just picture you guys fucking.
See,
Okay, that's fine. That's
why.
fine.
why
Why don't you come over for dinner?
Andrew,
You can stare at my wife.
Andrew, that's why you don't do what I told you.
Will
see?
you let O'Neill watch you fuck, but
No.
also give instruction from the
I feel
sideline?
like
a fuck coach. Fuck coach.
I'll answer this question honestly.
Andrew, thrust a little lighter.
If I was in good shape, I would let anybody watch me fuck. Like,
So-
if I
Oh shit! O'Neill's gonna be pulling harder than anyone for you to lose weight and get ripped. Then
Let's get you in the gym, my friend.
Can we fly in,
I
Dan?
have zero shame about
Can
it. I
Boner
have
City
zero
listeners?
shame.
Can Boner City listeners fly into LA to watch an in shape Andrew
Yeah,
DeWitt
but
fuck?
I want a bouncer if that's going to happen. Because some of these fans.
Oh, like I'm gonna fucking jump in and just start fucking.
No, but some of these
O'Neill will be there to
fans-
keep him in line.
I'm just catching the fucking sweat off your balls.
I'm saying like I the only thing I am embarrassed about with my body is the fact that I look like a big fat gross beast. You know, everything else I would show.
too
But
hard
you
on
don't. But
yourself.
you want strangers to watch you fuck
Can
your
we
wife.
fly in
I would
Dan's
have
ex-gym
zero
teacher
problem with that.
slash history
Zero
professor
How-
with his
how would
mustache
she
and hard
take
Oh,
that?
he's in Orange County. We can drive down and pick him up, dude.
Would your wife have a problem with it?
I feel like if we had set some ground rules, I think I could make it happen.
On paper, this all looks good, but I've watched people fuck, and it's just really awkward.
Yeah, I'm sure it would be awkward. So,
But I would still be into it.
Me and O'Neill will sit there watching and laughing, and
we have to get
we have
to get Taco Bell.
Danish O'Neill would say the shittiest things, dude.
Yeah, you guys would
They'd be
be
like
running-
those two fucking Muppets. It's like, oh yeah, that looks like
You
shit.
guys would be running bits like the whole time. You'd be doing
Hey,
bits
oh
about
yeah,
our
you'd be
technique.
fucking doing puns and shit.
yeah, you smell Bush in here, O'Neill.
There will be no bush smell.
So you should just take that off the table now forever, Andrew. and
Okay,
not
I'm
say-
No, when you get those guns.
I'm taking it off the table temporarily, but I am
What?
Temporarily.
Then why don't you just raffle it off on the internet? Come watch me and my wife fuck, dude. Make
If
some
you want to
money.
watch Andrew DeWitt fuck his wife, email me at O'Neill the ass kicker. That's O'Neill.
I wanted to do.
O'Einl.
This is a real thing I wanted
O'Neill's
to do.
gonna become your pimp.
when,
dude.
when I'm all the way in shape, I've always fantasized about doing a porn calendar with me and my wife dressed as barbarians in different
Why don't you let me shoot
Settings?
a porno
different
for
settings.
you guys for Valentine's Day?
Why would you want to shoot that?
Why not?
What?
He's got experience. He's got
The
experience.
female
with-
wrestling,
with the
and then
female wrestling.
the POV porn.
POV.
Forgot about the
POV
female
porn.
wrestling.
This is how we'll shoot it. We'll do it as a POV porn of someone watching two people.
I'll just reach over your shoulder and hold the camera. POV.
Why don't you
style.
bring your camera hat? So
Will you talk? No talking.
If you don't mind, I'll pull my wiener out and get a blowjob while you're boning
From Andrew?
No, I mean if you're doing your wife doggy style, is that fine? Is that not appropriate?
I don't know. I
Like the
don't
guys
know.
that are always rubbing their jeans
that's
and
a
then they pull out
lot.
their
That's
dick.
a lot to handle. That's a lot to handle. I'm already just trying to, get to the point
Well,
where
you'll
I'm
have huge
comfortable enough.
fucking guns, dude. Think how good you'll feel about yourself.
Psychological fucking manipulation.
You'll be
over
so
here.
good. You'll be like this, just flexing in the fucking camera.
Here's,
Charlton
you-
Heston will be like, "Holy shit, NRA come in. Those are
O'Neill,
some
you've
guns."
had. My wife listens to the podcast. She knows that you've had a lot of unprotected sex and that you've never had an STD.
But he's talking to Ari about
the
that.
the ladies he dates though does. So technically, he does.
He
as
tests
well.
his STD test through the chicks he's
Yeah.
banging.
Dude, you need to have a
Scumbag.
7-day waiting period for those fucking guns.
No, you're just feeding his ego so you can watch him fuck his wife, you idiot.
I am saying that I have always wanted to fuck in front of a bunch of people.
Hey, why don't we?
A bunch of people?
Maybe we could get some
Oh, we'll
bleachers.
sell
Yeah.
tickets, dude.
Set up
Get
fucking
bleachers.
Yeah.
theater style
Hey,
seating.
it's July,
It'll be
it's
like-
6 months in a film. This July, we'll
like
sell
the Rose
tickets
Parade.
to the Fuck Dome to
Can
watch
I
Andrew
have-
fuck his wife.
Can I be the
everyone.
announcer and the fucking mic will come from the
Absolutely,
ceiling?
absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Can I give color commentary?
Of
let's
course, of
get
course.
ready for fucking.
One time in college,
And you can do weighing in at this corner, weighing 195 chiseled pounds. Andrew Dewitt.
when I was in college one
Screw
time,
it.
we had a bunch of theater people over to my girlfriend's apartment.
So this sounds like it's going to be a good time.
Gonna get wild.
Bunch of fucking theater
and
dorks.
they were doing Truth or Dare still in college.
You know what? That is a good game.
Yeah,
when you
in
get
college,
older.
it's a good way to have to kiss a dude, dude.
No, it's a good way
spin the
to-
bottle.
It's a
Especially
good
when you're
way
in
to
theater.
watch.
It sounds like in theory, like, oh, I'm gonna fucking suck your
Dude,
tits.
it's a good way to
You're gonna
watch
end
a
up
girl
kissing
shove
fucking
a
dude.
Coke bottle
So-
up her vagina.
So a couple,
yeah. Yes.
a couple of
playing it with
girls
a
had
gun
gotten
on the
naked.
table?
A couple of girls had gotten totally naked in the living room.
Yeah.
And
Are they
then-
hot?
No, but
oh.
but that's fine.
How overweight?
It's just moderately.
Well, and that's
But you know
Andrew's
what?
scale, dude. Those are
The
big.
good thing
It
about
matter. It
how old were
didn't
they?
matter.
Like
Those are
18,
big
19,
They're like
20?
20 years
How
old.
Yeah, a 20-year-old Fazio still has that like cute kind
No,
of
she-
chub.
no, these are
it
fat
doesn't. Has it
fucks.
turned into stretch
No,
mark chub?
Dewitt
So
was a
then-
beast slayer,
but
dude.
then,
He's fucking
How
nasty.
big were the bushes?
They had no bushes.
It was
Even at that
it was
age?
recent times,
Yeah.
dude. It wasn't like
No,
1973.
but that's still
Girl I did in
12
high
years
school.
ago or something.
Yeah, it was like 12 years
Probably
ago.
went to yeshiva school or something.
So
Wasn't, unfortunately.
my buddy Matt was there with his girlfriend, and I was there with my girlfriend, and then like,
Truth or dare with your girlfriend at a party? Not
with
a
other
good
dudes,
idea.
good idea.
but then Matt was like, "Hey, do you think we can get everybody to fuck each other?" Like if we start
Like
fucking our
Caligula
girlfriends-
style?
He's like, if
What
we
the
start
fuck?
fucking our girlfriends in front of people, maybe everyone else will start fucking.
What's the point? Isn't the
Yeah.
point to fuck other
Other people?
girls?
That's what we would do. Like it's like
Oh,
once we
but
got it
then
started,
someone's-
once we
but
got
then
it
someone's
started.
fucking your girlfriend too.
Yeah, who gives a shit? Like once we got, I didn't like her that much.
Jesus.
So you,
Okay.
so you were driving like a jalopy and you wanted to go up a little
No,
bit.
Mid-level
he just
sedan.
wanted to test out another jalopy.
She was
it wasn't like he
attractive.
was. He wasn't
Actually,
trading
it was
up.
more like a demolition derby at this point.
My girlfriend was attractive. She was attractive, but
He was
like
driving a station wagon and he wanted to trade it in for a conversion van.
I didn't have a lot of emotional investment going on.
That doesn't sound like it.
I hope she's not listening because you probably hurt her feelings.
Did you throw money at her and say you were going to finish?
It was just like Pretty Woman. So then Matt and I, we start taking our girlfriend's pants off, and we're like, it's clear that we're gonna.
Are they
fuck
into
in
that?
front
Are your
of people.
girlfriends into it?
Yeah, they're into it. They're like, yeah,
Dude,
we'll
this is
do
one
it.
of those wild theater parties.
Even they're blowing rape whistles. Yeah, they're super into it.
But we start to do it, and we look around, and we, for some reason, our commitment to fucking our girlfriends in front of everybody, like, just sobered everyone up. Like,
It got real?
It got too real. It got way too
it got
real.
gross.
for
It was the
everybody.
tears streaming down your girlfriend's face. They're like,
And people were like
you really
visibly,
love me?
like people were like visibly backing away, being like, "Whoa, this is we
People
were
are
just
like
having fun."
Yeah,
you
people
know?
are like, no one dared you to do that, bro. Like, what's going on?
And I was like, "Isn't this what you guys want to do?"
I just
like,
came over here.
Dewitt stood up drunkenly. Isn't this what you came for?
I did say that. I did say that.
Were people like, I just came here to run lines for Oliver Twist, and I didn't expect the fucking
I was
orgy?
drunk and stoned. I was like, "What did you expect to happen?" I was
Fucking
like,
Russell Crowe Dewitt, are you not entertained?
I was like, "Why is everyone being such a pussy about this? Like, we all know we all want to fuck each other. Everyone just get naked."
This is like a Rudy,
I was like-
Rudy's plea to get
I was
that last play in.
There's a 24-pack of beer in the fridge. Everyone down a beer right now. Come watch us fuck
You're
our
like
girlfriends.
beer raping
then
people,
everybody
dude.
fucking get naked.
DeWitt's like, I'm 5 foot nothing,
Jesus.
100 and nothing pounds.
People
but I want to fuck in front of you guys so everyone will fuck.
Is that when you
People-
got thrown out of the theater program?
People were so mad. People were angry at me. They were
Sounds
like,
a little aggressive.
Yeah, it sounds
this
like it
girl
should have
Amanda
been.
was like, "You're a fucking animal."
I have to agree with
I
her.
agree with Amanda.
No, who
She's
gives
right.
an impassioned plea for an orgy?
Because I
No,
was
it's
like,
not even an orgy. Us two dudes are gonna fuck these two chicks, and you people are gonna watch. But not an
No,
orgy.
you're not fucking leaving until I come
I did say, I was
inside her.
like, you're gonna look back on this day and you're gonna wish that you had a fucking orgy in the
what?
middle of the living room.
Do you think any of them regret it?
You gave the St. Crispin's Day speech about an
Yeah.
orgy. You
old,
fucking idiot.
old men forget, yet no one will
This
have
guy-
forgot
this
what
sounds
we
like-
did here at
it's
St.
such-
Crispin's orgy.
It sounds like you were pumping up people to storm the beaches of Normandy.
I was like, once
like a-
more into the
But
vag,
no, just-
dear
just-
friends.
just to
once
watch him
more.
fuck his
Yeah,
dumpy girlfriend.
It was overkill, dude. You went too
They're
far.
like, is
with
Andrew
it.
DeWitt here? I heard if Andrew DeWitt was here, there'd be lightning bolts coming out of his eyes and thunder out of his heart. I am Andrew DeWitt.
What'd you do when everyone left? Put on your wizard robe and cry?
The Batman costume guy came in. He was
like,
really DeWitt's imaginary friend, and he gave him a speech.
Oh, like Beautiful Mind. He came in. Like,
Well, but then my
Andrew.
then my
it's not
girlfriend
whether you
felt
had
bad
the
about
orgy
it.
or not. It's whether you wanted to have the
My
orgy.
girlfriend felt bad
Spirit of
about it.
orgies.
She didn't want people to leave, and she was
So
like,
she goes, no, look,
I'll
I'm
suck
gonna
all your
fuck-
dicks. I'll suck all your dicks.
No, she was like, oh, she was going, no, don't leave. We won't fuck. Like she's like,
So fast forward to you and your buddy just fucking 10 feet apart. No one else.
crying with like sad boners.
You're eating a Hot Pocket. He's just drinking a fucking Michelob Ultra.
he was the worst, dude. I was so disappointed in everyone.
Dude,
You should have been
Wait.
disappointed in yourself.
Orgies just happen. You can't force the orgy.
I thought maybe I could for
You
one
can't do
beautiful
it, dude.
gleaming moment.
You're
I thought
trying
maybe
for a
I
4G,
could.
dude. That's a forced orgy.
It's a rape orgy.
It doesn't work.
There was nothing rapey about it. They
You
could've-
standing up being like, you need to watch
Whoa,
it.
hey,
Forcing strangers to fuck is
Hey,
almost,
whoa,
it's like
whoa.
a
That's
weird
true.
time out. Let's
post-rape.
That's true.
Let's settle down the
I
rape
like-
comments.
So somebody doesn't play this back, and in 2 episodes from now, have another trial.
DeWitt might
that
have a
almost-
trial.
That almost ends the podcast.
I'd like to read a letter about Andrew DeWitt right now.
DeWitt, can we switch topics? Because
Well, we're gonna wrap it up, and we're gonna do
Okay.
we're gonna record another podcast.
stay tuned
right
for
after.
next podcast where Andrew DeWitt and I talk about grappling hooks.
Oh.
Right. Hey, and by the way, thank you guys again for listening, and please subscribe to our new iTunes feed. Just search Boner City USA and subscribe to that, and leave a 5-star rating and comment. And like I said, it's going to be more expensive for us to host these fucking things, so please, if you can, go to shop.explosion.com and buy a Boner City t-shirt.
They look cool.
There's also a bunch of awesome Boner City stickers in now that you can buy and put in your car, Camaro, your Dick, or your Fiero, or your Bat. Man costume.
Or a Hellfire missile.
Or a Hellfire, like some of our AFT
If you put a
fans.
Boner City on a Hellfire missile, that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah, let's do this shout out. Like if you buy a pack of Boner City stickers and you're a military guy and you put them on something awesome and send
Or an
them,
F-15.
yeah, something military related. We'll send you a Boner City T-shirt if you send us a picture of one of the
sounds
stickers.
great.
So the stickers just came in. They're in the store this week at shop.explosion.com. Buy some stickers and some shit. Send us a picture of the stickers and you'll get free shit. So.
And holla at your boy.
No.
Can you imagine
And
some
don't
guy
holler.
watching a fucking missile coming at him and it just says Boner City on it?
Well, they had
Monster
dude, the
Nothing more American than that, people.
the AFT Ranger stickers have been on the
That would
Butt
be
Soul have
awesome.
been on those missiles. That's pretty cool. But yeah, thank you guys for listening. Please subscribe to our new channel and yeah, tune into the next episode where Ryan and Andrew will talk grappling hooks, which is much more interesting.
Tree
than that sounds.
climbing spikes.
Holla at your boy.